So Chef Francesco's in the house. What are you cooking for us today?
One of the national dishes in Egypt. So it's a koshary recipe. Uh, but the whole idea of this recipe, it's a pantry staple, right? So in Egypt, this is very vegan, which is good. So I'm very excited about this. Um, so this pantry is great. I grabbed some beans that I have. I have a lot of the dry beans. So I had some chickpeas, I had some lentils, I had some red kidney beans. I also had some black beans. I boiled them up today, let them cool down, make sure they're great. And then I also boiled some little pasta here. Okay. So just little pieces of pasta, these little pasta shells. Um, so it's very good because you just make your stuff in pantry. I mean, if you have canned stuff, it's great too. Just make sure you rinse it really well, warm it up. Um, I prefer warming up stuff in boiling water. This which I just did. I had all my beans cooked up today. I had some boiling water, which I just put the beans in just for a few minutes, and it just to warm it up. So people use microwave. I don't have a microwave. I hate microwaves. If I go to a kitchen to use a microwave, I'm out of there. No microwaves for me. So it's a national dish of Egypt. It's a lot available on the street food because everything is pre-cooked. You just keep it warm in some water, pull it out, put it all together. Okay, and I'll show you that in a second, but I'll tell you about the recipe. So lentils, chickpeas. You also make some rice. So you're gonna mix the rice and the lentil, which I'm gonna make. And then you fried up some onions. That's the cool thing. I haven't done that for a long time. So cut up some nice little chunks of onions, put some flour, some salt, fry it up. It's ready to go, and it's going to be delicious. So now what I'm going to do, I'm going to tilt the camera here so you guys can see this great action that's going to happen. And it's the beauty of putting stuff together for food. Let me see here if I can get this. So bear with me, everybody. So you're gonna have your rice that I've cooked. I have some red lentils, split lentils, which I boiled really quickly because that doesn't take too much time. Mix it up together. So this is the base of the meal. So you got some lentils, some rice. The rice, I just pulled it out, so it is still warm, which is great. So mix that up. Now, one thing, spice I do use a lot in Egypt is coriander. You can also use a lot of hot sauce. So I like fresh coriander. I put it in the grinder. So then I just shake it up and it becomes nice and fresh. So you just a little bit of coriander on this beautiful rice and lentils. And then you're gonna put that at the bottom of your plate. All right. So this whole idea, this plate is not just for me. Of course, this is a plate that you're gonna put on the table. Everybody shares and eats, okay? So nice and flat here. Luckily, I have a cat that pretends it's a dog, so having a couple lentils now. I was also cooking a tomato sauce, okay? So I have the pasta here. I'm gonna put the pasta on top, just a little bit. So I've just cooked about a cup of pasta, which comes to 2 cups. I had 2 cups of rice. I only used one. So in average is about a cup of everything. That's, there you go. Now I have made a tomato sauce, okay? Very, very basic. Put some onions and some olive oil, sweeten it up, put some garlic, chop it up, put it there nice and fine. Once it's boiling, once the garlic and onion is cooked, put a little bit of tomato paste, then put some crushed tomatoes. And then at the end, when it's pretty much all cooked, you put a little bit of vinegar, about 2 tablespoons of vinegar, white vinegar. I used, just to keep it a little bit more sweet, I've used the rice wine vinegar. So now you're gonna put this right on top of this. You don't need a lot, just to say, and this is still nice and hot. Okay. Oh my gosh, this is so good. Now, I have to pardon myself here for a second. I need to drain the beans. Actually, I can just put it on top here. All right. I lost my spoon. There it is. So you got your rice with lentils, your pasta, a little bit of sauce. Now we're gonna use some of this beans that I just warmed up. You're just gonna pull it out, put it on this dish here, so it just drains as much water. Um, just want to try to get a little bit of the water out, and then you're gonna top that up on top. Okay. So very vegan. It's very delicious. Has great seasoning. So Egypt does like a lot of hot stuff. Like you could put some chili, and you could put some cayenne pepper. I use paprika. You can also use cayenne pepper, just a little bit of extra flavor and taste. Again, with this great coriander on top. And then you're gonna take this onion flakes and you're gonna put it right on top here. And there you go. Now, you could always add a little bit more sauce on top, but I like it like this because it's a lot easier and it's really, really, really good. National dish of Egypt.